from a little bit of a different place than these other ladies. I actually live up the street here. I walk down every morning, but I actually, first of all, I want to say that you're daring to do this during the holiday season because, you know, I'm not at, you know, when you say you reach goal, I was never picking a goal of weight, truthfully, because I was more picking a place of being better and being healthier and being feeling better. It ends up that I lost 42 pounds. We've been together for just shy of a year. At the end of January, it'll be a year. But my start was more like, you know, I had aches and pains and I was getting out of the car and having trouble getting out of the car because I was 42 pounds heavier. You know, historically, I lost my husband in 2016, and then in 2018 was diagnosed with breast cancer. So I was coming from a place of, although I was strong internally as far as surviving, I didn't necessarily feel strong physically, and I didn't probably have the mental fortitude that I thought I did. I was strong because I survived, but I feel a different kind of strength now than before we worked together. So when I came, you know, we sat on the floor and getting up and down was hard for me as opposed to, you know, that I was running already or anything like that. But I feel like working with Leah allowed us to kind of, because it's personal training, it was truly personal training. It was personal to me. So when she had what worked for her and she was sharing that information with me, I was hesitant at first with some of the stuff. I gave her a little bit of pushback on some of the stuff because I wasn't ready at that point for all of it. It was overwhelming for me. So the communication between us was really important, and her understanding and tailoring it to me was what made it successful, I think. I think I started with the work. We were working out 3 mornings a week. I come at 5 in the morning because the afternoons just didn't work for me personally. So for me, I'd rather get up. She's up already, and actually, I think I pushed you earlier, right?
Yeah,
you got to start at 3:30 instead of 5.
But I love it.
Yeah. So, you know, I started with the workouts, and I started with just trying to make better choices. Trying to say, okay, so I'm going to make sure that my lunch is, I do chopped vegetables. I don't do a salad, but you know, the pictures I was sending her were always, it was Lori's chopped salad.
It was the same salad, same everything,
but it worked for me.
Consistent. It was bam.
It worked for me.
Yeah.
And you know, she would throw things like the intermittent fasting and the trips to Trader Joe's and I wasn't ready for it yet. So I needed to add those things a little at a time. And that was good because I felt like there was an understanding of that. She'll keep throwing it at me, and I can either just say, not yet, Leah, not yet. But eventually I did put all those pieces together. I'm not doing everything. I don't do both kinds of fast. I don't do, you know, I would say part of my growth was also just that forgiveness, that understanding that every meal of every day wasn't going to be perfection, that I wasn't always going to hold the fast exactly the way it should be. That I wasn't always, you know, that I was going to allow myself to have dessert, but I didn't have the bread before. So I had to just celebrate those little victories of what were the right choices I was making that were better than what was the day before. Because I think my mom has always struggled with weight loss, and I think the part of it is that she beat herself up so much about, I didn't stick to the diet, right? And you know, I want to say it's lifestyle change. But like, I feel like for me, the lifestyle change was being more accepting of making those mistakes along the way and being forgiving of those things, and knowing that what Leah's taught me has allowed me to get back on track and say, okay, yeah, I didn't do that, but that's okay. Tomorrow I'm going to pull it back in, rein it back in. But I celebrate those little things, like when my kids go up, you know, my kids take the escalator up, I take the stairs. And I feel like that's like a victory for me. I feel like, you know, like, yeah, I made the right choice at this moment. And so I think that I feel more positively about my path, and that allows me to succeed, I think. And I'm not always going to succeed, but I feel like Leah supports me in my personal journey. And I think that that's what you provide for everybody is kind of that personal journey.